Hello everyone, in this video we'll be solving a problem on the design of gasketed joints with fatigue loading. That means these gasketed joints is subjected to variable loading. So if you are seeing this question, so a cylinder head is fastened to or joined to cylinder of an air compressor using 8 number of bolt. The inner diameter of the cylinder, that is this D is equal to 300 mm. The pressure inside the cylinder, that makes the fatigue loading. So the pressure is varying from at some point is having 0 megapascal and maximum it is 1.5 megapascal. The stresses for the bolt, that means property are given, ultimate is given, yield point is given, and also endurance is given. So we have to consider this fatigue loading, or you have to solve by using the fatigue theories of failure. The bolts are tightened with an initial preload of 1.5 times the steam load. Steam load means the load created due to the steam pressure, and if you're calculating that value, then it's 1.5 times will be the initial preload. That means tightening load. So you can use directly the expression for the tightening load here, and a copper asbestos gasket is used. So you can take the gasket factor corresponding from the data book, and you have to take the factor of safety of 2.5 for all the properties mentioned. Then you have to find the size of the bolt. So here neglect stress concentration factor. So here we have to use the fatigue theories of failure, and you are knowing that fatigue theories of failure are the Soderberg relation and Goodman relation. So we will have to use this expression. This is given in the data book in chapter 2. That means equations are 2.19b and 2.19c. Here I am not taking any correction factors. Otherwise it will be containing correction factors like a, b, c. So here I will be solving by the simple expression. That means sigma a by sigma, if you are saying Goodman, sigma a by sigma endurance plus sigma m by sigma u equal to 1 by n, where sigma is the alternating stress component. We will be seeing that sigma m is the mean stress component, sigma endurance is the endurance strength, and sigma u is the ultimate, and n is the factor of safety. Whereas in Soderberg, only difference is this sigma ultimate will be replaced by this yield strength of the material. So in order to obtain the stress components, that is sigma a and sigma mean, you will have to evaluate sigma maximum and sigma minimum. So once you are having sigma maximum and sigma minimum, you can calculate sigma mean and sigma alternate or the variable component, like sigma max by sigma minimum by 2 and sigma max minus sigma minimum divided by 2. So the first one will be giving you sigma mean component, and the second one will be giving you the sigma alternating component or sigma variable component. So the sigma a will be used here and sigma m will be substituted here. So what is sigma max? Sigma max is the maximum stress induced in the bolt, and the sigma max occurs when the force acting on this one is maximum. So sigma x is happening when F is maximum, and sigma minimum is happening when F is minimum. So how you will take this F, and you are knowing that this F has to be substituted using this expression, where F equal to K into Fa plus Fi, where this Fa is due to the pressure, that is due to the pressure, and Fi is the tightening load. So you have to calculate this Fa corresponding to two pressures or the different ranges or the two ranges, that is minimum and maximum. Then you will be getting this Fa ranges, and you can add Fi with respect to that. Then you can obtain F max and F minimum. So for F max and F minimum, you can evaluate sigma max and sigma minimum, and finally you can obtain sigma m and sigma a. So according to this procedure, we will be solving this problem now. So here we can calculate Fa max, that is corresponding to the external load due to the internal pressure at each of the bolt location, and Fa max occurs when pressure is maximum, and the total external load is maximum pressure into pi d square by 4 divided by number of bolt. It is 8 here. So if you are substituting, you will be getting 13,253.6 Newton. And Fa minimum is the external load, minimum external load acting at this bolt and gasket location, and it happens when the pressure is minimum. And here it is mentioned that pressure varies from 0 to 1.5. So here minimum pressure will be equal to 0. Then you will be getting the minimum Fa value is equal to 0. And here it is mentioned to take the initial load. In previous problem, we have taken this Fi in terms of D, but here it is said to take Fi as 1.5 times the steam load. The steam load is corresponding to this maximum pressure, and that value is we are having. So 1.5 times that will be getting 19,880 Newton. So with this, we'll be evaluating the value of F max and F minimum, that is the net load acting on the bolt. And you are knowing it is equal to K into Fa max plus Fi, and F minimum is K into Fa minimum plus Fi. So K is actually the gasket factor, and you know how to obtain this gasket factor. You can look onto the table 9.1, where we are having the soft copper gasket material, so for which the K value or the gasket factor is 0.5. So you can substitute in this equation. You will be getting this F max as 26,507.4 Newton and F minimum was 19,880 Newton, which is actually the value of Fi. So now you are having F max and F minimum. Using this F max and F minimum, you can evaluate the stresses, that is sigma max and sigma minimum, by dividing these forces with the tensile area. So this tensile area will be remaining as the unknown, and finally you will be solving based on this fatigue failure theories. So here you can evaluate the maximum stress as sigma max equal to the maximum net load F max divided by 80, where 80 is the tensile area which we are using for the design of bolt. Then you will be getting 26,507.2 divided by 80. So in a similar way, you can obtain sigma minimum, that is F minimum divided by tensile area, that will be finally equal to 19,880.4 divided by 80. So from this maximum and minimum stress components, you will be converting, or you will be evaluating the mean and alternating or variable stress components. So then sigma mean, you are having sigma maximum plus sigma minimum by 2. Finally this will be getting to this expression 23,193.8 divided by 80, and sigma alternating equal to 3,303.4 by 80. So now we are having the mean and alternating components, and all the properties are given. So now you can apply the fatigue failure theories, that is the Soderberg equation and Goodman equation. And here 80 is the variable, so you can solve this solve for this 80, and finally you can select the suitable bolt from this isometric threads table. So we'll be seeing that. So first here we'll be solving by the Soderberg equation. So here you can see the Soderberg equation from 2.19c, and I will be taking this part, sigma A by sigma endurance plus sigma mean divided by sigma yield equal to 1 by n. So now we are having sigma A is the so I will be writing that expression, sigma A divided by sigma endurance plus sigma mean divided by sigma yield point equal to the 1 by factor of safety, or 1 by n. Sigma A, we are having sigma A is equal to 3,314.4 divided by 80 is there, that is the tensile area, divided by sigma endurance is 240 megapascal. I will be substituting as such, plus sigma mean component we are having, it is 23,193.8 divided by 80, and yield point stress is there, it is given, that is corresponding to 300 megapascal equal to factor of safety is 2.5. You have to take it as it is mentioned. So you can solve this one, only unknown is 80, and you can evaluate the tensile area. Then you will be getting tensile area of 227.8 mm square. Since I am substituting in the stresses are substituted in Newton per mm square or MPa, then you will be getting this tensile areas, this value. So based on this one, you have to select a suitable bolt, for which you will be using the table 9.8 that is given in page 141. So in last column, you are knowing that this tensile area is given there. So you can look for this value of 227.8 mm square, or the value that is coming higher than this. So if you are looking, you will be seeing this value 229 mm square is coming, and that is corresponding to the bolt having major diameter or nominal diameter 18, that will be represented by M18, and that pitch is 1. So 227.8 higher than this one is 229. So you can finally select the bolt as M18 by 1. That means this will be the final selected bolt for this application based on the Soderberg equation. Next we will be solving using this Goodman equation and also selecting a suitable bolt. So here we will be solving using this Goodman equation. Goodman equation, you can see here, instead of sigma yield you are using sigma ultimate. So you are having the expression sigma alternating or variable component by endurance plus sigma mean component by, instead of sigma yield you are having sigma ultimate equal to 1 by factor of safety, or 1 by n. So sigma alternating is 3313.4 divided by 240 megapascal plus sigma mean is 23,193.8 divided by the ultimate stress is strength is 500 megapascal. So it is 500 divided by factor of safety is 2.5. So here it is actually 80 is there and 80 is there, and we have to solve for this 80. So the if you are solving this one, the tensile area you will be getting around 150.4 mm square you will be getting. So for this one also you'll have to select a suitable bolt. So you can look on here. So the area, tensile area is given in the last column. So that area which is coming after this one is 157 mm square. So if you are looking, 157 mm square happens for a pitch of 2 and a major diameter of 16. So you can finally designate this bolt required as M16 by 2. So this is the bolt required, or the selected bolt isometric thread according to this Goodman equation. So this is the way how we can solve a problem, design of gasketed joints which is subjected to fatigue loading. So hope you understood, and thanks for watching.